Hi, welcome. This is Ches from Retro Nirvana Gaming. Today we're going to do a Zelda video for Retroid Pocket 5 games. So we're going to go through a bunch of different Zelda games and see which are the best ones that play on the Retroid Pocket 5. Starting with, we're going to start with Sudachi and with some of the Zelda games on there. Citra also works very well, but I seem to use Sudachi mostly. So we're going to go through and do Breath of the Wild first. So this game, you do have to play with quite a bit to get it to work. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It'll help the channel grow. You'll see more of our videos. Okay, let's see. We're waiting on this to load up. Here we go. All right, I was going to hit continue here. And we are on the Ancient Lab right here. I do have a mod in there that lets you do the shrines as well, because I think it comes out very blurry when you first try to play it. So just be aware of that. As you can see, it plays just fine. So this one works just fine. As you can see, I've gotten all the way to over here within the game. So this is quite a bit further into the game. And it plays just fine. It plays 30 frames per second. The shrines work fine. Everything works pretty much as is. So this is a good one to play on the Retroid Pocket. It's definitely one of the more challenging games to play on here. And does take up quite a bit of room. So unfortunately, Tears of the Kingdom is not quite working. It does crash. It does play, but it does crash quite a bit. So I'm not going to feature that game as one of the best playable games on the Retroid Pocket. So you can see this one works just fine. You can see that Link's face is a little more cartoony looking than he usually is on there, but otherwise the game works fine. Okay, we're going to go to the next game. Okay, next game is Hyrule Warriors. I'll show you my settings on here. I have the Mesa Turnip Adreno driver, this version right here. And my settings look like this for graphics, normal, resolution, F-Sync on. This game does crash. I have not been able to play it past the first level, but it does play pretty well still. So I would say this game is working. It's just not 100% stable yet, so that's okay. It is beautiful in the way that it does play. It does play very, very well. So you can skip all this stuff here. Go right to the gameplay. Alright, here we go. So, yeah, it plays like in the high 40s to... Right now it's playing at about 30 frames a second, but it starts to get better as it starts to render everything after a while. You can see pretty good, 35 frames a second. Not bad at all. Special moves work really well. Yeah, so this one works. It needs a little bit of work for sure to get it to work 100%. Especially, I think when you start getting into the battles, the boss battles, that's when it starts to crash and everything like that. So, definitely some work needed on this game in general, but cinematics look beautiful. Everything looks good on that. So we're going to go to the next game. Okay, so this one works okay. I would say this one is right now like a 6 out of 10, so it works, but it's not great. Definitely not fully playable at this point, but if you just want to jump in there and play a little bit, it's fine. Okay, here's one that works very, very well, and that is Skyward Sword. It's probably the best working one on the Retroid Pocket. It pretty much plays as close to 60 frames a second as you're gonna get. So here we go. I'm gonna go to the we're already kind of into this game a little bit. As you can see, it plays pretty much at 60 frames a second. I'm not quite showing you guys the frame rate, so let me just move this over just a tiny bit there. There you go. It's gonna go up a little bit with it. There we go. Okay, so now you can see it's pretty much 60 frames a second, and everything seems to be working really well in this game. Running's good. This is a good one. It seems to work just fine. Yeah, pretty much locked at 60 frames. I have not seen this really dip at all, and as you can see, the resolution is beautiful. I mean, the game looks great just the way it is. So I highly recommend you play this one on there. I am using Sudachi to play this one. I'll show you the settings real quick. They're going to go back into it. Sudachi. I'm going to go right into so this is with the system GPU driver, the one that comes with the Retroid Pocket. No extra hardware, just like that. And my settings are pretty much stock, so I haven't really done anything in terms of changing any of the settings. It just works just the way it does, which is fantastic. You don't have to do a thing to get that to work. All right, next one, Link's Awakening. This is one that needs a lot of work. It has a lot of graphical effects that don't work very, very well on here. But I will show you how far we've gotten with this one. Okay, so there is going to be quite a bit of graphical glitches on this one. And this is with the no blur mod. So we have the no blur mod working on here. And as you can see, it's still playing at about 56 frames a second, but there is a lot of glitches. I mean, if you're okay playing it like that, that's fine. It does definitely play. It's just the flickering kind of bothers the heck out of me. So there is a way to take the flickering off, but then the frame rate goes down quite a bit. So as you can see, this game still needs a little bit of work. It's not terrible, but it's definitely getting there. It's just not quite there yet. So I like to play this without the flickering and with high frame rate, like 30, 40, 50 frames a second. So as you can see, it's a little slow still in certain areas. I wouldn't say this is fully playable yet. So unfortunately, not the greatest just yet on that. Okay, so that is pretty much all the ones on the Switch. I do not have the other Hyrule Warriors game, so we're going to skip that one for now. Alright, so now we're going to the GameCube. So the GameCube Zelda games pretty much all work flawlessly. So if you have Wind Waker, that works perfectly. You can actually upscale these ones to 1080p, and they work perfectly. So that's never going to be an issue. So if you want to play them on the Retroid Pocket, you can, and they will work just fine. So highly recommend playing the Wind Waker. I haven't played this yet on here. I started playing the Wii U one. And so yeah, no, this one works fine. So if you want to just put in, I'll show you real quick that it works. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh, I'm doing this wrong here. Yeah, so this one works just fine. No problems with this game. Frame rate's always pretty good on that. Twilight Princess, same thing, works fine on the Retroid Pocket. Haven't really tested it too much, but usually these games work very well on the GameCube through Dolphin. So even upscaled to like 1080p, these games are going to be playing really well. As you can see, this is another good one that should work perfectly well on here. So yeah, you can skip everything. Go right to where Link starts moving around. You can see this one plays rather well. So we had to go get Epona. This one definitely plays at full speed, no problems. Upscaled to 1080p. This one I would say works well, and if you don't want to emulate the Wii U version, this is definitely the next best version to play on here, and it still looks great. You can also get the 4K textures, so that is also okay to do. So here we go. Let me get this going right here. Alright, so as you can see, this one works okay. Just gonna do a quick save. Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, I'm gonna exit emulation on that one. We're gonna go to Ocarina of Time Master Quest. It's another good version that you could play on Dolphin. This one should work fine as well. So you can pick which version you'd like to play, and it should work just fine. You can use the rumble feature if you want to. And there we go. We have a purple screen there. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that, but okay. There you go. There you have it. You can play this one if you like. This one works fine. Okay, Four Swords Adventure. It's another great Zelda game that plays very well in the Retroid Pocket. So let's show you that as well. Let's see where we got that. I'm going to pause it for a sec to find it. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to adjust the screen there for you guys. Here we go. Four Swords Adventure. Great game. Plays very well in the Retroid Pocket 5. So leave me a comment in the comment section. What is your favorite Zelda game to emulate on the Retroid Pocket? Mine is probably the 3DS version of either Ocarina of Time or Link Between Worlds. Those two games are fantastic to play on here. Of course, I also love Breath of the Wild. No way to skip this cinematic, fortunately. I'm gonna skip it for you guys. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it plays pretty well. Okay, so we're gonna start moving. Okay, I'll start again from here. You pull the sword. Interesting game compared to the other ones. Alright, here we go. Whereabouts of the wind. So this is where they teach you all the formations. As you can see, perfectly playable game. Works quite well here. Alright, we're going to go to the next game. So now we're jumping to games that are not on the actual Dolphin, but on Citra, which is the 3DS emulator. Here we start with Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. So you can see there's a lot of shader cache that it has to do. Alright, so now we have this set up so you can press the R2 button to select the file. So you can actually play this with just one screen, but you'll be switching between this screen and this screen with a button press. So as you can see, this does work very, very well on here. It's playing at 60 frames a second. Even when you're fighting enemies, there is almost no interruption. There's a little bit of a flicker, but other than that, it's actually pretty good. So you can see it plays very, very well on here as I'm almost dying. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how well this plays. It plays very, very well with the button swapping. You see, this is quite a bit further on in the game. I think I've gotten past the first dungeon at this point. Not too far, only 4 hearts in, but it plays very, very well. So I'd say this one is definitely a must to load this onto your Retroid Pocket 5. Okay, next game. Next game is also a must for Retroid Pocket fans. If you love Zelda, this one is fantastic. So this is the remake of Ocarina of Time. As you can see, it plays very, very well. The graphics are beautiful on here. It's playing at about 30 frames a second, and it's very well emulated. This is with Citron, not with Lime or any of the other. So as you can see, we swapped it so we can use both screens at once. And I'll show you what it looks like. It is gorgeous. I mean, look at those graphics. They are phenomenal. Just absolutely gorgeous. So this is a must-have. I would say this is a 10 out of 10 game. You must emulate this one on your Retroid Pocket. It is absolutely fantastic. It's breathtaking. So this one I highly recommend you load on there using Citra. There's almost no lag when you're playing the game. Just emulates perfectly. See, even the open world areas work very, very well. Absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, this is a really good one to have on there. I highly recommend it. So you can see it's playing pretty much 30 frames a second and looks gorgeous on the screen here. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know which game you're looking forward to playing on the Retroid Pocket. That's a Zelda game. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button when you get a chance. Help the channel grow. We are very close to 2,000 subscribers and would really appreciate your subscription. It is free. All you have to do is just hit that subscribe button and you'll see a lot more of our videos. Thanks, and see you guys next time. Bye.